record, this Plymouth side. They only entered it 3 years ago. They've been in all 3 finals now, having lost one, having won one. They're here as the holders, and they're determined to hold on to that NIYC trophy. Here they go then, and here's David Pook for them. Ron Swiggs, who's had a good, composed game at fullback at number 2 for Plymouth. Hughes couldn't get in there before the number 10, Alex Cribley, for Merseyside. Peter Reynolds there, the big defender, getting in. Bobby Bate, who's had a good first half for Merseyside, trying to keep things going in the middle of the field. Here's Hughes again, Tony Hughes, hustled out of his stride once again, though, by Bobby Bate. And here's Alex Cribley, the young lad in the middle of his A-levels from King Edward College in Liverpool, or St Edward's College, rather, in Liverpool. Carlton playing it forward again. Lawrence trying to turn it in again. And in fact, there was a shot there by Quat. And a goal kick again to Plymouth. John Dent will take the goal kick. Davis and Cole. So Merseyside trying to stamp their impression on this game, showing a little more urgency and a little more drive than they did for a long time in that first half, trying to get to grips with this game early on in the second half. But there's John Merrin for Plymouth, a nice little touch by him now for Pook. Krac through the legs of the defender there again for David Pook to take it on. But a goal kick now to Merseyside. His goalkeeper, Steve Donoghue, wearing a peaked hat to protect him from the glare of the sun. Now it's with Carlton. It forward towards Lawrence. But again, those tall Plymouth defenders, Knowles and Horrocks, doing a good job at the back for their side again. Here's Pook. Sullivan, played back for Merrin. Pook again to Krac. And Robbie Hughes can turn it back to Steve Donoghue. Well, Veal misjudged that one. Here's Lawrence. Alan Davis for Merseyside. Lawrence to Cole, turned on nicely for Bobby Bate, popping up again in an unexpected place. Lawrence tried to get into a shooting position, but Andy Knowles stopped him. Now it's with Keith Sullivan. The sweeper right at the back again for Liverpool. Robbie Hughes. Now Carlton to Alex Cribley. Cribley again. That was a good pass there, nicely into the path of Alan Davis. Cribley showing some very good touches in the middle of the field for Merseyside, and Davis winning that one well, fighting well to keep it. Free kick. A foul on Ron Swiggs. Another Holsworthy player, Dockyard Apprentice, 19 years old. Krac, well, he's given that one away to Devonport. Cribley played on again for Lawrence. Yes, a handball that time by Knowles, and a free kick to Merseyside. Carlton short to Bobby Bate. Driven in low. Quat hopes to turn on it. Playing it towards John Smith. He couldn't quite get the shot in. Quat might be able to turn one back again. Lawrence is right in there too. Cole was in there too. And in the end, Swiggs had to get it away. Well, a promising little bit of activity around that Plymouth goal mouth for Merseyside. But still, Plymouth keep this one goal lead. really struggling for the ball and was pushed in the back, or at least was doing a bit of pushing in the back, and a free kick goes to Merseyside. Hughes to take it. Wanting someone to come a bit closer and give him a bit of support, which they haven't done. And Cole, I think, again getting no change at all out of Merrin. Cole, the number 7, clearly a player of skill, but he's really been forced along that touchline and out of the play so often by the number 3, John Merrin. Surprised he doesn't try and make a bit of a break inside occasionally. Pook getting in. Sullivan right back to support, and another throw to Merseyside. Just over 5 minutes of the second half gone. Alan Davis with the Merseyside throw. Well, that was a trip by Horrocks, and it gives Merseyside an interesting free kick there, right on the edge of that Plymouth penalty area. They haven't the big men to come forward in the way that Plymouth have, although Bobby Bate is a fairly strapping fellow, the number 6, who's right in the area there, wanting a little chip there. And there's the little chip coming in, and Court was there. Lawrence hoping to toe poke one in, but hit it straight at Dent. So, although they're the goal down, although they're the not so experienced as Plymouth, you get the feeling that Merseyside might yet find the answer. And I'm told they were 2 goals down in the first round of this tournament, 2 goals down with 16 minutes to go against Durham, and they won it 3-2. So they're a team with a lot of fighting spirit to them, the men from Merseyside. And really that was a bit touch and go there for Plymouth in that defensive situation. Dent only pushing it away, and he controlled it well there, Lawrence, and did the right thing with a little toe poke. Unfortunately for him, straight at the goalkeeper again. Now at the other end we have Mallet trying to make an impression, but the pass back easily collected by Donoghue, sending it to Carlton. It looked a little more promising, Merseyside, in this second half. Cribley, the ball still in play. An unfair throw. Carlton, the number 3, not putting it right behind his head. And so it's going to be a throw to Plymouth, which Graham Veal will take. Mallet. Hughes. Now Court. The throw given to Plymouth. Hughes with it, and what a good throw, finding Sullivan, but again the little sweeper is across there. And Robbie Hughes doing the job that he does so well. They say it's not the most difficult job in football, of course, but he's a young fellow who's read the game extremely well. The young ball boys struggling a little bit because the absence of a crowd to help the ball back over the first hurdle or two. So it's a corner. No, I think Sullivan was a little optimistic there. It's a throw which he's going to take. Krac. Now it's a corner. Sullivan will swing another one in. Mallett's right in there. Knowles has come up, I notice as well. That's another very good one, and Knowles is there with the header. He's given the goal. Knowles is the scorer. There was a handball there right on the line. Gets up so very well. There was the handball, but the referee decided that the ball went over the line and should be given it a goal without even thinking about a penalty. So Andy Knowles. And it's 2-0 then to Plymouth. And that means so much now for Merseyside to do. Pook. And Reynolds turning it back to goalkeeper Donoghue. John Smith. Merrin with the throw. Mallet. Cribley. Good block challenge there by Merrin. Now it's with Mallet. Got Sullivan wide. He's got Krac right up front. Here's Krac coming for the ball, but Hughes was there. And the Plymouth fans who've made the long journey up from the West Country saying that they want 3 goals now. But here's Lawrence making a break for Merseyside. Through the legs of Graham Veal, but Horrocks is across there hustling him, and in fact it was a foul by the big number 6 for Plymouth. And a free kick to Merseyside. Paul Horrocks right back there to do a defensive job, and Cole getting in. Just a little too high for Frank Cole, and another goal kick to Plymouth, who seem to be on their way now to winning this trophy for the 2nd successive year. Mallet's glancing header. Hughes right in there too, and Krac is here. There's Hughes, on for Mallet again. And Carlton tackling back unfairly according to the linesman, who flagged instantly, and his decision endorsed by the referee. And Ron Swiggs with the free kick for Plymouth. Mallet getting up, putting Davis under pressure, and a throw now to Plymouth. Sullivan. It's a good long throw, and it was as well for Merseyside that Cribley had spotted Horrocks coming forward. But a corner then to Plymouth. Keith Sullivan will take it. Merrin's come up for this one. Horrocks again is right up there. So too is Knowles. Crac's made a run towards the near post. It's a good deep one again towards... Oh, and he's done it again! Knowles has got the header in, and that makes it 3-0. Well, this man is devastating when he comes up for these sort of movements. And he got up so well above Frank Cole and did a beautiful header, downwards all the time. 3-0 to Plymouth. And the second goal there for Andy Knowles. The skipper of the Plymouth side. Well, just as it looked for a moment as though Merseyside were going to get down to business, and if that little toe poke by Dave Lawrence had gone in just before Plymouth got that second goal, we might have had an entirely different game. But as it is now, it looks as though Plymouth are almost home. And indeed, they're warming up a substitute on the far side, Plymouth, Colin Saunders. Free kick to Plymouth. The foul by Peter Reynolds. Colin Saunders, the substitute for Plymouth, warming up. Hughes couldn't get a worthwhile shot in. And I would think the idea of the substitute coming on is that Plymouth feel that they're just about home and dry, and they'd like their substitute to get the chance of being able to say that he wants to play or has played at Wembley. And I think at least this 3-0 lead has cheered up Dougie Holt, the lad who broke his leg and had it amputated after the semi-final against Birmingham. Now it's John Smith for Merseyside. Merrin, time to look around, time to take up all his options, and plays it short to Pook. That wasn't a very good pass by Pook, and it goes straight for Don Court. Sullivan battling away there for Plymouth. Good bit of play by him, and here's Pook again. Plymouth now so comfortably placed 3-0 up, unable to relax a little bit and turn it on. Sullivan brought down, free kick. Referee having a quiet word with Alan Davis as he passes. And here is Dougie Holt in the wheelchair there. And as I say, the Plymouth lads said that they were going to win this final for him, and it's nice to see him smiling again there, thoroughly enjoying this Wembley occasion, and of course enjoying more than anything the fact that his side are 3-0 up. So here's the free kick then for Plymouth. Oh, the goalkeeper came a long way and didn't really make any positive contribution. Here's Lawrence. Carlton hit forward, and it's a fairly dispirited and desperate Merseyside team now, as that sort of pass showed. Really nobody up for them. Push in the back by Reynolds, and a free kick again to Plymouth. Well, I think there are goals here for the taking at the moment for Plymouth. Let me emphasise again, offside there against Lawrence, emphasise again that they are, most of them, 2 years and some of them 3 years older than the Merseyside lads. Merseyside lads, nearly all of them 17, some of them just 18. Most of the Plymouth lads 20 and 21. Mallet getting up well, who's just had his 21st birthday, in fact, on Wednesday, the number 7 for Plymouth. Hughes, caught. Nodded on nicely there by Merseyside. There have been little moments when they seem to suggest that they might do something, and there's the goalkeeper needing to belt outside his area to hack it away, John Dent, before David Lawrence could get to it. Bobby Bate with the throw for Merseyside. It's been allowed to go a long, long way. Caught battling for it, the 2 number 11s, but it's Sullivan for Plymouth in possession. A throw to Merseyside. Cole, the backward header. Mallet getting it away. Carlton. That time it was Knowles who got down low to head it away. The skipper who's got 2 goals to his credit. Bobby Bate now with the throw for Merseyside. Very deep one, and a nice little nudge back again by Cole. Bate trying to turn it in again. Looks a player of great promise, Bobby Bate. Well, that one by Hughes wouldn't quite come through, but he got in again. Like the look of this little number 4, the sweeper as well. Davis played forward for John Smith and hit first time. Well, if he pulled it back, it would have been a very, very difficult situation for the Plymouth defence to readjust themselves so quickly, but it was a very difficult skill that he called upon to make. Pook. And Hughes off Pook for a throw. playing it on, and Lawrence coming. Well, Lawrence, the number 9, was onside, but it was the number 7 in the picture there, Frank Cole, who was in an offside position when that ball was played forward. Shame for Merseyside that, because Lawrence was clearly in an onside position and was accelerating into a very dangerous position. But a free kick. Which Paul Horrocks will take. Reynolds up well. Pook trying to get in there quickly and hit low and save well, but Pook might try and get in again, and he's got a corner for Plymouth. Sullivan again will take it. And Knowles is up once more, the number 5. Fellow who's looking for a hat-trick now. And they've really curled in some good corners. That time they hit a shorter one with Krac coming towards the near post, but it was headed away, and here's Pook. Merseyside will come out quickly, hoping to catch men offside, and indeed they succeeded. Push and a free kick to Merseyside. Alan Davis will take it. Been hitting some good free kicks both sides today, getting a lot of length on them, and their corners have been very well taken as well. Here's Mallet nodding that on nicely now. Can Krac get to it? He can. But again, you see how well young Robbie Hughes had read that situation. It was he who was there challenging Krac. Frank Cole now for Merseyside. Onside now, Lawrence. Can he make something of this? Can he nudge it over the goalkeeper? He can. And Lawrence is going on with a chance of scoring here. Horrocks is there too. And somehow it's no! The goalkeeper in the end finally pushed it behind. What a remarkable sequence that was. It looked odds-on. Once he'd nicked it over the goalkeeper, Dave Lawrence here, it looked odds-on a goal. But Horrocks not only gets back, but gets back and keeps his head. Makes life difficult there for the Merseyside number 9. The goalkeeper then gets into the act, and it's the goalkeeper who hooks it away. Well, John Dent did so well, and obviously injured a foot as he hooked that one away. Certainly looked like odds on a goal there for Merseyside, but it's not away yet. Here comes the corner, which Peter Carlton is taking for them. Curled in again well, and again another good example of how well they're curling in these corners, both sides. Now Mallet taking that pass from Tony Hughes. Good little bit of acceleration here by Mallet, and here's Alan Krac. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Both sides are getting very tired now. The defences are going to be left open a bit occasionally, and I think we could well see 1 or 2 more goals. Just over 20 minutes to go. Here's Horrocks, who did so well for Plymouth, getting back for that situation a moment ago. Pook played on for Sullivan. Curled in again nicely there towards Mallet, and another very good-looking Plymouth move. It was a nice cross by Sullivan, and Mallet was right in there. Knowles with the header on that occasion. Davis back to his goalkeeper. Tony Hughes falls for Peter Carlton. Linesman flagging. Carlton will take the kick for Merseyside. Cribley. Carlton. Now Cole. Bate. Wow, that was tremendous. Oh, and what a good save. That was a marvellous piece of skill. In the first place, by the number 6, Bobby Bate. And then a superb save. Bate, we didn't perhaps see the best of him when he really took it so well. And a lovely punch away, though, by the goalkeeper, Dent. So it's a corner. And fisted over this time again by John Dent. Well, the goalkeeper's done extremely well. For Plymouth, he's taken a knock there. As I said, he's playing at the moment with Holsworthy. He's also been an apprentice with Plymouth Argyle. And you can see there's a certain quality about this goalkeeper's play. That's the beautiful bit of skill of Bobby Bates that we needed to see again. And that was the superb save by this Plymouth goalkeeper, John Dent. Number 6 there, Bobby Bates, you can see in the picture. It really was a superb piece of skill that any professional would have been proud to have produced at Wembley. And it was a lovely volley that had the goalkeeper really diving across his goal. Well, the goalkeeper's well. It's a corner. Robbie Hughes with it. Now, will it come to John Smith, the number 8 here? Well, and another good save by this goalkeeper. Well, he's had a tremendous second half, John Dent. Not the biggest of men, 5'8", but his goalkeeping and his positioning have been absolutely perfect, particularly in this second half, because Smith catches that so well, as you can see, and again he's beautifully behind it. Both substitutes warming up on the far side now. I think both managers realising that so far as it's a contest, it's just about over, with Plymouth leading by 3-0 and trying to do the right thing by giving everybody a chance of playing at Wembley. Here's Sullivan for Plymouth. Well, that's not going to bother the Merseyside goalkeeper, and it's a goal kick. Well, there's the Plymouth substitute wanting to come on the right-hand side. There's Colin Sanders, and the Merseyside, just 17, Keith Powell. Well, we've got to find out who's coming off. Yes, Frank Cole, I think, is going off, the number 7 for Merseyside, and the number 8, David Poot, going off for Plymouth. So both managers, I'm sure, doing the right thing, giving their substitutes a chance of saying, well, I once played at Wembley. Wasn't a very good free kick or a goal kick there, but they've got themselves out of a spot. Cribley back to Robbie Hughes. Forward towards Dave Lawrence. Bate couldn't quite get there because Mallet was there before him, and now Krac, but Bate is after him again. Sullivan now for Plymouth. John Merron to take the throw for Plymouth. Hughes. Played towards Carlton. He'll have to stretch out to get that one. Oh, that was a nasty collision there between Sanders and Sanders and Carlton. Knowles played for Swiggs. Bates again getting in very quickly. So too was Keith Powell, the substitute for Merseyside. A throw to Plymouth. Swiggs with it. Hughes, he might get into trouble. He's got himself into trouble now, and Mallet almost made him pay for it. And it'll be a throw. To Merseyside, Alan Davis with it. Devonport. Must have been a push in the back on Powell as he jumped for that one. It'll be a free kick to Merseyside. Hughes. A quarter of an hour to go. A much more lively second half, and Plymouth leading by 3-0. There's a shot by Bate, only half headed away by Knowles, and Merseyside are piling people in there, but they were throwing themselves at defenders instead of at the ball. And I suppose when you analyse it, they've had Merseyside 2 or 3 really good shots saved by the fellow in possession here now, John Dent. And the margin could have been much, much narrower than 3-0. Reynolds with the header. Cribley, Reynolds again. Mallet playing it to Swiggs, playing well there. Here's Saunders, Colin Saunders. Hughes getting that one away again. With the substitute on.
Come on, stuff, yeah.
Carlton misjudged that one, and here's Steve Mallet playing it on again for Alan Krac. Oh, that could be dangerous, and it had to be pushed over right at the last by Donoghue. That was a shot by Alan Krac that was curling wickedly all the time. Nice little touch there by Steve Mallet. Krac taking it well first time, and look at it curl away from the goalkeeper all the time. Flicked over at the very last. So Sullivan again with one of those deep corners of his, and the goalkeeper doing very well indeed there for Merseyside. We've had some good goalkeeping at both ends. This fellow only 17 and a half, Steve Donoghue. John Merrin getting in. Keith Powell. Don Court. A free kick to Merseyside. Knowles got it away. A free kick to Plymouth. Paul Horrocks to Colin Saunders. Another throw to Plymouth. Saunders trying to turn it in, cut out by Cribley. Knowles quickly into the rescue again for Plymouth, then giving it away himself. But their front men do come back and help so much as Krac did there. Hughes. Played wide again for Saunders. And Donoghue quickly off his line. Played on for Merrin. Looking to get his cross in, but I think it's a little too close to the goalkeeper. Well, he was pushed in that goal there by Mallet while he was in mid-air. No goal. And I think Donoghue might be in a bit of trouble there. It wasn't a bad cross, in fact, by Merrin. Perhaps just a little too close to the goalkeeper, but always putting him under pressure. And Mallet going in hard, as you can see. Well, he was still in mid-air, catching him right about the rib cage, and that really would have hurt. And in fact, young Steve Donoghue does seem to be in a bit of trouble. But it seems that the Plymouth side, the Devonport Dockyard Apprentices, now just 10 minutes away from retaining the trophy that they won here at Wembley last year. And I'm wondering whether Joe Mercer has spotted any players here that he would fancy himself, or indeed I'm wondering how he feels as a Merseyside lad himself with Merseyside connection, how he feels about his side being 3-0 down. Well, the trophy will be presented later on by the Duke of Norfolk. And it looks as though it's going to be Plymouth who's going to take it. The Royal Box there. Back with Paul Horrocks. Swiggs and Mallet. Nice little shuffle there, but not the shot at the end to make it really worthwhile. Still feeling that shoulder a little bit, I think, Steve Donoghue. Powell finding bait. Turned inside again towards Lawrence and whacked away by Merron for Plymouth. Peter Reynolds taking no chances with a pass back to his goalkeeper. Now Hughes. Cribley and Lawrence beaten in the air by Horrocks, which I suppose is fairly inevitable because Lawrence, the number 9, is a fairly stocky character. Horrocks 6'3" of him. Plays some nice little touches, and here's Cribley now with a shot for Merseyside, but too high. Well, he trains with Liverpool twice a week, an amateur with the Liverpool club, and from St Edward's College in Liverpool. Alex Cribley. With John Dent, who's had a magnificent match, particularly in the second half of Plymouth, with the goal kick. Cribley turning it on for Powell. Cribley again. The defender had gone right up there to try and get in amongst and behind that Plymouth defence. It's a throw for Merseyside on the far side. I don't think they can hope to draw level now with a matter of 6 minutes left. But I think most people would agree that their persistence, and certainly with their shooting power in the second half, that they deserve at least the consolation of a goal. Maybe this long throw from Bobby Bate will help produce it. But it won't. Carlton turning it in again, and Lawrence is in there! Yes! Lawrence has scored! And John Dent is beaten at last. An element of offside, it seemed, about that goal, and in fact it was Bobby Bates' long throw that was never satisfactorily cleared by the Plymouth defence. Carlton turns it back very well, in fact, and it's allowed to bounce in there, and Lawrence reacts quicker than anybody else over Dent's head. 3-1 now to Plymouth. And Dave Lawrence, the man who scored it for Merseyside. Alex Cribley, and a free kick to Merseyside. Well, there are 5 minutes left. If they could hammer another one in now, who knows what a finish we might get. Carlton, whose cross really made that goal for Lawrence, now Don Court. Graham Veal finding Keith Sullivan, and Peter Reynolds, oh, that was rather a clumsy one that was never getting back to his goalkeeper, and gives a corner to Plymouth. So Keith Sullivan not really getting across perhaps as quickly as he should to take this corner. But again, he hits a very good corner. He's consistently hit extremely well-placed corners right through the afternoon. And I gather his brother Colin Sullivan, the Norwich fullback, is here watching him today as well. It's a free kick to Plymouth. And John Merrin will take it. Nodded on again towards Andy Knowles, who's looking for his hat-trick, but he was offside. And Peter Reynolds. Bobby Bate. Really has looked a fair player, Bate. Powell now, heading it on rather for Dave Lawrence. And a throw given to Merseyside. About 3.5 minutes to go. Well, it was a long throw from Bate that led to the Merseyside goal a couple of minutes ago. And here's Bobby Bate, the number 6, taking another one for Merseyside. Powell trying an overhead kick and getting nowhere with it. In fact, his boot, even while he was lying on the ground, was dangerously high. Dangerous play and a free kick to Plymouth. Well, Plymouth won this one 3-1 last year against Sheffield. That's the way the score stands at the moment, and there's still no more than a couple of minutes left. But Lawrence is battling away again. John Dent, though, coming to gather the ball for Plymouth. And here's Graham Veal. Davis from Merseyside. Nice little pass inside for Court. Played on again nicely for Powell. Only just 17. Lawrence. Well, that goal seems to have given them a bit of heart as well, Merseyside. Lawrence still battling away there, and the ball comes back again to Powell, chipped in first time there towards Cribley. Bate is up supporting him, and Cribley turning it and turning it well, and Powell very nearly got in there, or rather Court very nearly got in. Touch of cramp there, I think. And indeed, there's a Plymouth player down on the far side, you can just see there. Also with a touch of cramp, getting off the field to get a bit of treatment. The number 4, Graham Veal. Well, it's something that's afflicted a lot of players over the years at Wembley. And it's can't have been very easy in these hot and pretty humid conditions here today. Keith Sullivan. Again, a very good cross by him. Crossing really has been excellent by both sides. On my watch, we're now in the last minute of the game. And there'll be just a little bit of injury time, of course. Krac, the man who scored the first goal, but giving it straight away there to Peter Reynolds. Now Lawrence again. Court is supporting him. But Tony Hughes right back there for Plymouth. Keith Sullivan to John Merrin. Looks as though this NAYC trophy is going back to the Devonport Dockyard again. Trophy that's sponsored by the Thorn Electrical Industries. Bate. Free kick. Playing injury time now. I think Bate, who's probably looked as good as anybody, not only on the Merseyside team, but in the whole field here today, the Merseyside number 6. Here's Carlton. Cross that didn't quite reach the number 9. Davis coming through. But a goal kick to Plymouth. And referee Clive White, refereed sympathetically here today, given the game every chance. Looking at yet another of his watches. And I can tell him by mine there's 45 seconds of injury time gone. And there goes the final whistle. And the NAYC final goes for the second successive year to Plymouth. And Alan Krac, the man who scored the first goal that put them on their way to victory, with Andy Knowles, the number 5, who scored 2, both from set pieces, the big defender coming up. But Merseyside deserved the 1 goal they got, and that was scored by Dave Lawrence here with that header after John Dent being congratulated by his team manager there, Danny Waterfield. John Dent, who'd had a tremendous game in the second half for Plymouth. I think we got the right result. The more experienced Plymouth side winning for the second successive year. A final scoreline then, Merseyside 1, Plymouth 3. So there we are, that's Wembley for another season. Now it's time to go back to the World of Sport studio for the results with Dickie Davis. So there's the Plymouth side being congratulated by Doug Holt, the lad who broke his leg in the semi-final and had it amputated. What a bittersweet moment this must have been for him, because but for that tragic accident, he would have been out there sharing this Plymouth triumph this afternoon. As it is, he shared it in some respect, and he's, I've no doubt, delighted to see that his team has won by 3 goals to 1 here today. And so it's Plymouth who go up first to get their trophy in this NAYC final from the Duke of Norfolk. There's the trophy that they're going to win. They're going to take with Sir Jules Thorne as well. Andy Knowles being congratulated by Sir Jules Thorne. And the losers sportingly applauding the winning Plymouth side. Well, it's one of the most sporting occasions, it always is, and it's exactly the same this afternoon. Sir Jules Thorne, the chairman of Thorne Electrical Industries Limited, making the presentations there. So one by one, they get their medals. And hobbling up there also to join them, Doug Holt. And that must have been quite an effort for him to come up there as well. But I'm sure it's a journey that he's proud to have made. Plymouth fans know just what that means to him to be up there. And I think that's one of the most poignant moments, probably that being shaken by the hand by Joe Mercer there. I think that's one of the most poignant moments that Wembley has seen in many a long day. A young man with a leg amputated a matter of weeks ago, who but for that injury in the semi-final against Birmingham, when he scored a goal that helped to put Plymouth here, that he would have been here. And he's getting a tremendous ovation from the crowd here and from his Plymouth teammates. Dougie Holt. I think one of the bravest characters then that Wembley has seen for a long, long time, as well as one of the unluckiest. The losers from Merseyside, the younger side, coming up to get their medals from Sir Jules Thorne. Well, they were outgunned by a more experienced side, but as a neutral, I was glad to see at least they got a goal for all their efforts late in the game. Though I think they would probably concede that it was the better side that won, although indeed you could also say that if the Plymouth goalkeeper John Dent hadn't been in such exceptional form in the second half, the score could have been a lot closer. So Doug Holt going back to his chair. Plymouth said that they were determined to win this trophy for him today, and that they succeeded in doing. So the losers, Merseyside, go back towards their dressing room. The winners of the NAYC final, the boys from Devonport Dockyard Apprentices, the side from Plymouth.